Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dio, and in this video I'm going to be showing you Kislev's best units that you should be using in your campaign. I've been using these units on the very hard campaign and battle difficulties, and they've all performed very well. We'll be starting the list with tier 1 units and move up from there all the way to tier 3, but without further ado, let's get to it. First on the list are the Kossars. Both variants work well, so choose whichever you prefer. The spears do tend to hold better due to their charge defense against large and charge reflection, but they're a bit more expensive. Both are fantastic tier 1 units that are essentially a low tier infantry with a range attack. You can literally fill your entire army with just these guys early game and it will perform well. They're very cost effective, very easy to recruit and replace if you lose any, and hold the line quite well. Definitely use these guys, especially in the early to mid part of your campaign. Now moving on to tier 2 units, we have the Streltsi. These guys have good armor piercing, ranged and melee attacks, and are decent melee combatants as well. I wouldn't recommend more than a couple of these in your armies though, as they cannot arc their shot over your lines, but if you have a nice hill or a gap in your front line, these guys can do some serious damage. Next up are the War Sleds. These are the bear chariots with guns and they are awesome. Again, both variants are fine, but these are predominantly a skirmishing unit with huge amounts of ammo, so the higher speeds of the light sleds is probably a little bit better. If you do ever run out of ammo though, these guys are still anti-infantry with decent charge bonuses and can cause havoc among enemy front lines. And onto tier 3 units, if you're looking for a sturdy front line that will hold while your range do the damage, then look no further than the sword and shield variant of the Tzar Guard. These guys don't really dish out much damage, but they're very tanky and will hold the line for a very long time. Personally, I like to make up my entire front line with these guys, backed up with lots of magic, missiles and bears. The Ice Guards are an extremely powerful ranged unit and definitely one of the best in the game. They do magical damage with both melee and ranged attacks, making them extremely effective against demons, and they also inflict frostbite, slowing the approaching enemy army. Both variants are good, but I personally lean towards the glaives to help protect them against large units that like to push through your front lines. As Kislev's only artillery unit, the little Grom packs a hell of a punch despite it being a single entity unit with only one cannon. It's definitely worth grabbing at least a couple of these guys in your armies to force the enemy to come to you and to help taking out settlement defenses. They're also extremely effective against infantry and can easily get hundreds of kills before running low on ammo. They're still very slow however, so I recommend you don't use them as chariots, as tempting as it might be. And last on the list is arguably Kislev's most powerful unit, the Warbear Riders. These guys are your solution to all anti-large problems. They're pretty fast, have a ton of HP and fantastic damage. Although they are anti-large, they still absolutely shred through infantry, so don't be afraid to charge these guys into smaller units as well. And that's it, my list of Kislev units I think everyone should be using in their campaigns, regardless of your chosen difficulty settings. Just because a unit doesn't make it on the list doesn't mean it's not a good unit. I simply believe these are the best Kislev has to offer and shouldn't be overlooked. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please make sure to hit that like button and let me know in the comments below what your favorite Kislev unit is. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos and guides like this one. See you next time. Toodles.